Hi guys, today I'll be talking about so basically I took two tutors. Basically one is online, art of problem solving AOPS. I took an AOPS course, and I have a personal tutor. Um, one of the my AOPS course was like way like in terms of math level was way harder, but since we're talking about like actual tutors in that case, we're all talking about like my experience outside of like academic grade level stuff. So first things first, let's talk about like in-person tutoring, like Kumon, like other tutors, etc. Like in person, like someone's here, they do your whole, they give you homework, they teach you stuff like person to person. Thing about this is tutoring to tutoring, it's usually like 1 hour, right? And then you go home, you do your homework. Next week you go back, or like in 2 days, whatever. Um, the thing about this is that tutoring with a private person is really the thing it's good for is that in some cases like it creates like really good like relation. So like you're like not scared to ask any question at all, which will like literally boost your grade up to like so much, or like improve your grade by so much that you will be like surprised if you have such a good relation with the like math wizard. And then with like AOPS math, you have access to like some of the best university professors, but you're a bit more shy with them. So the thing about with AOPS is instead of like doing like, oh, how's your day? My day is good. Can you help me with something? Sure, what is it? It's this thing on quadratics. What type of quadratic? Like you're gonna be like writing on full on essays, man. You'll be writing on full on essays just to get like one answer. And then the thing about that is it's really good for your senses. It's really good for like writing as general. It helps you like comprehend things, which is actually a really good skill. Which is a really good skill. So my bad, pardon. Uh, the major similarities is that in terms of grade level, you kind of both learn the same information, but the biggest similarity is that since like all the things you learn in an online lesson is so evident, you can like literally record it. Like you can, if you forget something, you can literally go back to it. And online, it's like when there's like they teach you like harder stuff because they know you memorize it. Why would they know that you would memorize it? Because they give you like a transcript and stuff. They're forcibly making you memorizing it. They're making you memorize it by giving like really complex vocabulary, and then like it's just really complex, and it's actually really beneficial to learning like new topics. For example, I'm taking the algebra B course, but it's a bit hard for me. But even though it's like it's so complex that like I naturally learn outside to like catch on my class, and when I go to class again, like I know so much. Like it's actually amazing. Like the strategies, and even though like it's long class, I have 1.5 hour class, you learn the strategies, you learn how to do question, and in class you're not doing homework like you do with the personal, because these guys are like professors. They know what they're doing. Like they have been teaching math for geez, how many years? They have like majors, they have masters and stuff. It's really impressive for what they can do. So learning with like AOPS is like definitely a good choice. The math tutor is more of like that like one on one like simple math like strategies. More like, oh, how about I do like 5 minutes a day memorizing my timetables? But like with two AOPS is more of like the complex, the idea, right? So the questions on AOPS, like you get a lot of them. Like there's 10 initially, but you are able to do so much on the same topic. It's actually amazing. And but in person, you just got like a set of like 100 questions. For example, you got 100 questions and there's like nothing else. So it's like it's kind of boring, but it's awesome. It's okay. So yeah, and in some cases it's pretty useful. And nextly, right, pause. So the next part of what I'm going to talk about is what's good for who. People that understand a lot about mathematics, and like they have the basic concepts grabbed down, have good like studying strategy, are definitely better suited studying off AOPS. Those have like really bad strategies, work really scrappily, like distracted easily. Is better for a tutor because like they have personal needs. Like you're not gonna ask a like AOPS teacher who's like teaching under 50 other kids to like go be like, ooh, like can you help me go over this question again? Like they're not gonna do that. They're gonna ask you to go on YouTube or something because you have to have that independence when you're doing AOPS because AOPS is significantly harder. Some of the easiest courses are like grade 5, but like that's like grade 5 wizards, and that's still like grade 9 math, and that's like really complex algebra 1. So like in the case like mathematics is really complex, and like you need a tutor, and the best part of like having, and then, like you can have two tutors, but the thing is like it's expensive. Like AOPS is 27. It's not the most expensive. It's really cheap. AOPS. It's really effective, but you don't have to like personal. It's not as like you're not retarded. You're not retarded if you take AOPS, right? You're definitely not retarded. So, and then yeah, and then like for people that want to take courses in the future, for example, if you feel really independent, as I said before, you should take AOPS. Feel like you need a bit of more of help, take a personal tutor. But in the future, another part that makes chance is that it's a good thing to switch out between the two tutors because um, AOPS is more of like a level ahead of yours. Um, I feel like personal tutoring is more on your level, so it's easier, but it's a bit more about like reviewing the basics. I know it, I have it, I grasped it, it's mine forever. AOPS is more like challenging you, right? You gotta know this like super complex strategy and stuff. And yeah, these are my tips for whether you should get a tutor or you could learn online or AOPS. My choice is AOPS because it's a really good strategy, and as like I feel like I'm really confident with it. I learn all strategy like it's and like it's effective use of my time, to be honest. And like since time is so effective, like it's like university language, right? It's really straightforward, and for people that understand it, it's better for them. And yeah, and so that's why I choose AOPS over personal tutoring.